Guys, what's good? Jay Lee here with another fragrance review vlog, whatever you want to call this. This thing is out of focus and fucked up. Let's see if I can get it here. I made a comment on Chaos Fragrance's channel about Versace Eros being shitty. Versace Eros is so overrated, yuck. Disgusting, powdery mess of a fragrance. Smells like hairspray. And the Chaos Fragrances says, I love the smell of hairspray. Yeah, you do, don't you, Chaos Fragrances? Because 90%, 95% of the colognes that you share, the fragrances that you share on your channel, smell like shit. These designer colognes that you've made a fucking YouTube career off of with your little side business, little side decant business, and 95% of them smell like shit. Alright, not to talk too much shit about Chaos Fragrances. He did give me a shout out and let me know what camera he was using, and I appreciate that. He seems to be kind of down to earth. But with that said, I do want to talk about all the shitty colognes that he advertises and talks about on his channel. So these are about 12 of them that I actually sat with. The last two the last two, they smelled so bad I couldn't even bring them home. But I was at the mall the other day, walked into JCPenney, Sephora, and I did some reviews on. I did another review channel, review video on my channel about these colognes minus the two down here, 1 Million Privé and Eros Flame. This list here: Dior Homme, Dior Homme Eau, Gucci Guilty, Pour Homme, Mont Blanc Legend, Coach, Prada Milano, 1 Million, Dior Sauvage, ADG, which is Acqua di Gio Absolute, ADG Absolute Instinct, and ADG Profumo. So I did a review on these ones, and I favored a lot of these at first. Now mind you, this was the second day I came home. So I went on Sunday. Today's Wednesday. I went Sunday, sat with them for a night, and I was like, oh yeah, these are smelling pretty good. The first night, right? Second day, and I kept smelling them over and over. These are 12, right? I kept smelling them over and over for about 2 days until about yesterday. And then I just started feeling sick, and I was like, these things are fucking nasty. And I was like, wait a minute. I own about 20 colognes so far. Most of them are cheapies. Most of them are in the $20 to $30 range. A couple of them are in the $35, $40 range. You could argue they're designers. Like, I've got Acqua di Gio Pour Homme from Armani. I've got Jimmy Choo Man Intense. I've got, Versace Pour Homme. I've got Versace Eros. I've got Boss, the Scent Instinct. So I've got quite a few designer, lower tier price colognes. These ones are the higher price ones. These are the ones that are in the $80, $90 range at the the department stores. Of course, you can get them for $50, $60 online if you know where to look. But these are in everybody's list. These are in everybody's designer list. And so I tried these out for 2 days, from Monday, basically coming home Sunday, but all day Monday and all day Sunday, I was smelling these on the little tester strips. Now, it's possible that I will say that what a cologne, fragrance, perfume, whatever smells like on your skin is different than what it smells like on paper. I'll give it that, right? But I'll give it a little bit of leeway. But honestly, from my experience, cologne smells actually better on paper than it does on my skin, because your skin is dirty. It's got extra skin particles on it. We don't chuff, or whatever that's called. We don't exfoliate our whole skin, our wrist or our neck. We usually don't exfoliate that as men. So our skin isn't going to be the cleanest, and I honestly think it smells better on paper. It's more true. But again, this is the Sephora paper that I got. So I don't know. It could have been mixed up, but anyway, in general, my point is that these guys, these 12, made me feel sick. I started feeling sick, and I was like, this shit is nasty after 2 days. So the first day I was like, okay, these smell good, and I was really just smelling the actual smell. So my impression is that these colognes are created to smell good, but they're not necessarily created to be good as far as the quality goes. So what's the point of having a cologne that quote unquote smells good, but it makes you sick? What's the point of that? It's got all kinds of chemicals in it, to make it project or whatever. And actually half of these just got so cloying and nasty that I didn't even want to smell it anymore. I was like, damn, this is not good. Oh, I forgot to add in here a Prada Luna Rosa Carbon, which I actually like. So there's a couple in here that overall I like it. So one thing that I found was that the colognes that are not as strong, not as light, because this is what everybody talks about. They're like, oh, I don't want to buy cheap colognes because they don't project and the performance is bad. However, if you get designer colognes and the performance and the projection is really good, it's probably because they're putting a million fucking chemicals in it. A million chemicals. So Dior Homme got nasty, cloying, too sweet. Dior Homme Eau, same thing, nasty, cloying, too sweet. The Gucci Guilty Pour Homme was okay. Not too bad, not too sweet, smelled good. And ironically, the ones that smell good, there's only 2 on this list that I actually like after 3 days. I liked almost all of these, besides the Dior Sauvage and the Absolute Instinct. I liked all of these initially. Almost all of these initially. Like I said, besides the Acqua di Gio ones, the Acqua di Gio flankers. But after 3 days, they all got nasty to me. The Coach is incredibly sweet. The Mont Blanc Legend was incredibly sweet, although the projection dropped off. That's the only one where the projection dropped off that I didn't quite like it. The 1 Million was just nasty. Dior Sauvage was horrible. Profumo is okay. I've always liked Profumo, but I haven't smelled it in like 6 months. So the first time I smelled it, I was like, oh yeah, this is really good. But I didn't have any colognes. I had like two cologne bottles at that time. Now I've got like 20. So I've smelled a lot more colognes. I've sat with a lot more colognes. I've worn a lot more colognes. Now I'm like, okay, this Profumo is not as good as it used to be. It's not as quality as it used to be. So that's why, like, your nose changes over time. The way you feel about colognes changes over time after you smelled a lot more. I remember initially I thought that the Boss the Scent Private Accord was amazing. Now I ordered it and I'm like, okay, it's good, it's all right, but it's not amazing, right? And I thought some of these colognes were like super amazing. Like I thought Profumo was amazing, I thought 1 Million was amazing, and now I'm like, they're just nasty. And I'm like, okay, because my nose has matured, I've smelled a lot more colognes, and to me now quality means something different. Quality to me now means, is this shit gonna get sick after 5 hours? Is it gonna make me sick after wearing it for 5 hours? Is this too sweet? Does it smell too feminine? Does it give me a headache? Does it make me sick to my stomach? These guys don't pass the test, especially Prada Milano. Now, when I first smelled this, I was like, wow, this is amazing. This smells so good. Like, a lot of these on the initial sprays smell amazing, but they're just, when you really understand that they're just super synthetic, they're super overly sweet. So with that said, the 2 that I did like I said, Gucci Guilty Pour Homme is not too bad. Prada Luna Carbon is not too bad either. Because they're both just lighter. The Prada Luna Carbon also actually smells kind of like a little bit like Acqua di Gio, or it has an Acqua di Gio vibe to it, like a fresh aquatic vibe to it, and I like that. And it's just got a freshy vibe to it, and that's cool. Okay, the Coach is incredibly sweet. Thought I'd like it, did not like it. 1 Million, I remember liking it, did not like it this time. Just smelled gross and synthetic and nasty. Prada Milano, like I said, was just incredibly cloying, super duper sweet. I liked the smell of it initially, but just incredibly super sweet. Mont Blanc Legend, also too sweet. It shares similar DNA to Legend Spirit, which I own, but Legend Spirit is far better, far more quality than Mont Blanc Legend. So let's see what else. Dior Homme, like I said, is super too sweet. Dior Homme, the original, is a little better, but still too sweet for me. The Absolute is just like dark and sticky and sweet. The Absolute Instinct is even more dark and sticky and sweet. I would say less dark, but more sweet. The Profumo is just incredibly sweet. Those flankers don't smell anything like the original Acqua di Gio, which I think is a classic, which I think is a masterpiece. Even though it's incredibly common and everybody has it, but everybody and their brother has it. But Dior Sauvage didn't even like that from top to bottom. Didn't like the initial spray, didn't like the dry down. Horrible cologne. I mean, okay, I'm not gonna say it's a horrible cologne, but it's not good. Not a good cologne. 1 Million Privé was so bad on the initial spray that I just tossed it. Eros Flame, not good, not that good. Didn't really smell like Versace Eros. Now, with that said, let me go back to this picture. Let me browse back here. Whoops. Fuck this phone. So with that said, yeah, this shit ain't working. Where's my goddamn downloads? Holy fuck. Alright, here we go. Jesus, this fucking phone. Alright. So yeah, like I said in this, which you can't fucking read because this phone sucks, but I need to get a new. So, Jesus Christ, bro. Okay, Jay Lee, Versace Eros is so overrated. Yuck, disgusting, powdery mess of a fragrance. Smells like hairspray. And then Chaos Fragrances says, I love the smell of hairspray. That's funny shit. But with that said, let me finish this off by saying Versace Eros is shit. It cost me like 45 bucks. Bullshit ass cologne, overhyped. Get something like Insurrection Pure 2. The Aventus cologne smells amazing, projects pretty well. Eros is just disgusting. These designer colognes are disgusting. They're disgusting, man. With that said, I do need to try out CH Man and Yves Saint Laurent La Nuit de l'Homme, and then the original L'Homme. I did smell CH Men and La Nuit de La Nuit de l'Homme at a different mall, and they both smelled really good, but kind of on the feminine side. So I still have to try those out. But like I said, man, these designer colognes smell like shit. They are overrated like a motherfucker. And not to just pick on Chaos Fragrances alone, because I know a lot of these YouTube fragrance community guys, they talk a lot of shit about these designer colognes like they're so amazing. But these guys suck. This list, man, I am not impressed at all. The only one I'm really impressed with is Prada Luna Carbon. Because like I said, if it's overly sweet, if it's fucking synthetic as hell, and it makes you sick to your stomach or it gives you a headache, what's the point of wearing it? These are all incredibly sweet colognes, and they're just very synthetic. They don't smell natural. I don't think any of them really smell that masculine. The Prada Luna Carbon smells kind of masculine, but all these, they just smell feminine, and it's like, what the fuck are they trying